everyone at home. I hope that you are feeling excited to watch this video today. As we are everybody now stayed at home for mostly all the time, we start to develop like more tension into our posture, especially when you are sitting on the sofa, and minute by minute and hour by hour we just start to becoming like more comfortable and lazy and going down, down, down. It's what we name like more closing the front line of your body. And you start to have more tension on your lower back, sometimes in your neck, sometimes in your scapula. You don't know where is it, but it's going to everywhere. And we start to have like more close chain on the front side. So we're going to standing position, we can feel like less energy into the hip flexor, into the legs. And we don't know why, but we didn't do nothing in the day, but we're feeling tired. So that's more about your posture. So today we're going to work on elongation into this area of the hip flexors, but also we're going to move the center of your hips and glutes main, which is very important for your mobility. We're going to use today like little things, 2 bands, one yellow, one red. The yellow is a little bit more flexible than the red one. We're going to use a flex band, like that, right? And we're going to use this small prop as a wooden stick. Good. So we're going to start from there. At the time, we're going to make just to unlocking your hips. So we're going to just sitting down like a mermaid. Well, I not look like a mermaid, but that's the pose named in Pilates. So we're going to sitting down from there. And at the first time you will feel like, okay, that's weird, why is it like that? So my proposal is to sitting on the floor and connecting with my 2 sit bones on the floor. Sometimes, for some reason about your daily life, you can sitting more like that. So when we're sitting like that, it means something quite clear. You have stiffness into the hip flexor on the left side. And it's affecting what? All the elements of your body, especially your lower back, the shoulders level, your neck, your head. Well, something like so simple as tension from there can go everywhere. So we're going to try to activate that side and bring like more mobility. So we're going to sitting from there. We're going to move your 2 hands and your 2 elbows close to your right knee. Just like that. Good. We're going now just to maintaining your left knee on the floor and try to just lifting from the floor your heel. Simple movement, but you will see that you have to activate more in the center of your left hip. Going to inhale, and when you exhale, you're going to move your heel up and slowly down. It doesn't work like that. Don't use the speed, because that means you don't activate your hips. You're just going slowly up and slowly return. And you're controlling everything by dorsiflex your feet and controlling from the center of your hip socket. And we're going for 8 more repetitions. That's very simple, but you will see that the range of motion of the elevation of your heels can have a big difference between the left and the right side. And we're going slowly down from there. Going for 8 repetitions. Next one, we're going to maintain your heels down, but we're going to move your knees from the floor. Inhale, exhale, you move the left knee up, and you're returning slowly down. Don't compensate the lower back and don't turn like that. That's your lower back if you are walking, which is not anymore your hips. So you stay down and you just move from there. And returning slowly down for 8 repetitions. And we're going slowly down from there. The next one, we're going to activate and stretching your hip flexor on the front. So we're going to separate your knee and your ankle from the floor like one hand, just one hand. So I put my hands from the knees and hands from the heel. Then with the same level, I'm going to move the left leg on the back. So now I'm trying to keep it the same distance and feeling the elongation into the center of my left hip flexor. If you are tight on the hip flexor, you also should feel tension on your lower back on the left side, right? And we're going slowly back from there for 8 times 2. And going slowly down. So now you start to feeling that you start to activate this area that probably not so many times in your life you did. Good. We're going to take now this simple prop. So now we're going to make a huge range of motion of your hip flexor. That's not easy and you can feel cramps. Very simple. So we're going to put your hands on the line with the wooden stick, just right there. We're going to switching and going to use your body on the right side to your right glute. When you're feeling the glutes and not the bones on the floor, we're on the right side. If you're feeling the bone, try to feel more meat. When you feel the meat, that's correct. We're going now just to do one thing. On the line with your left hip, you're going to just stretch the legs on that way. As you can see, like more or less 5 centimeters from the floor. And from now, we're going to move just slowly the legs to the front and to the right side. You sit it now with your 2 sit bones on the floor and come back slowly, 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 more to the line. And we're going to bending and slowly returning down. Good. As you can see, it's not too easy. Good. 8 times. We're going slowly down to the right side, stretching the legs on the line, feeling the gravity inside the socket of your left hips, and slowly up, sitting, move to the right, coming back center, move to the left, turn, bending, and returning straight down. Good. As you can see, now we can feel deeply inside something's moving, something activated, sometimes cramp, sometimes pain. Change the side. Good. On the right side, you should feel already different. I am different. I'm not symmetric. So on my left side, I'm much more flexible. Well, on my right side, it is more tight. I can feel more tension in my hip flexor. I can see maybe half a centimeter more elevation of my sit bones on the right side. It means I need to work more on these right hips. You do the same exercise with the right side. Okay, moving from the heels, moving from the knees, and moving the hip flexor on the back, and turning your legs to the front. Now we're going to work on strengthening your glutes medius. And we're going to standing position. Good. So now we're going to work with 2 bands. One red and one yellow. The red band we're going on the top of your knee. Just right there. Don't fall down at home when you put the elastic band on your knees. Good. Excellent. So we're going to make a simple and a slow motion exercise. So at home it's quite safe. The right band we're going just on the top of your ankle. And we just stay right there. Good. At the front, try to feel that you are sitting with your thorax on the top of your pelvis. And you not compensate with the lower back or rounding to the front. You're just going to standing position, neutral spine. Good. We're going to keeping the left leg from there and just moving the right leg to the right side. And start from there. Now the exercise starts. We're going to go in very slowly to returning back to the center. Moving to the right. And slowly center. The exercise looks like on the right side. Actually, you are working more on the left side of your left glutes medius. And slowly back. We do 8 times on the right. And come in. And 8 times to the left. Same. Don't do like that. Now you don't feel exercise. You're opening and you're returning slowly back. You're opening and slowly back. You start to feel burning inside the right glutes, right there. That will be the most important things for you to working correctly, running, jumping, or do biking. Very good. Last one, and slowly back. Good. We're going to remove that the bands, and you should feel like quite warm up already on your glutes and hips. Good. We're going to move the bands outside. And we're going to use a simple bands now. So the bands has to be in 2 symmetric sides. So left and right together. Very good. And you will do something very simple and very funny. You are going to put the band just on your big toes. Just like this. And just like that. Good. Try to be a little more symmetric than me. Perfect. And then you're going to cross the bands on the front. And you're going to move on the back of your knees. And you just lock on the back like that. And as you can see, it looks weird. Good. But so we're going to stay like that for a few moments. And I want you to feel now that you will bring your toes lifting from the floor. Good. If you like crabs, or you know crabs, now you will look like a crabs. So we're going to moving like that, bending a little bit, and now with the feet and the toes up, we're going to move to the left side, and to the left side. You can also do the movement of the crabs if you want. Doesn't mean nothing, but it's more funny. Very good. And you move to the right, and you move to the right. All your toes always lifting from the floor, and left, and left, and left, and left. Now what's happened? Your toes doesn't feel nothing, but your glutes medius Start to warm up. Start to work out. Very good. You do that almost 20 times. Right? And we come back to the same. Now we're going to change. I'm going to turn the big toes and arching your feet to rounding your arch. So now you should feel like kind of knife into the center of the arch of your feet. And you stay right there. And we're going to move. And we move. And we move. Always the toes like that. And always feeling activity on your glutes. And we move. And we move. Very good exercise for people who have wrong alignment on your feet. High arch, collapse arch, flat feet, or simple because they don't know how to walk correctly. And we do 20 times. And we're coming back. And we're coming back. And we release. So here's a simple exercise, almost like 15 minutes, 20 minutes that you can do almost like 3 times per week. And you will have good organization, good power on your glutes, good flexibility and mobility into your hip flexors, and less tension into your posture. And you will feel like you get more taller and more free to move. For more exercise, come to see us at the Balance. Thank you so much.